Hello guys and welcome to grammar class. For weeks 3 and 4, you guys will only have 3 days of grammar. So you'll have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of grammar class, just like we normally would if we were in school. So that's just going to be a friendly reminder. And for week 3, day 1, we are going to be focusing on comparative and superlative adjectives. To introduce the topic, I have a fun song for you. It's a YouTube video that I'm going to play. And while this video is playing, I want you to ask yourself, what's the difference between comparative and superlative adjectives? So here we go. All right, guys, so what did you notice about the adjectives used? That's right, they compare things. Let's dig a little bit deeper. When looking at comparative adjectives, these are adjectives that compare two things, whether it's two people, places, things, or actions. Usually when we have one-syllable words, we add ER to the end. And that's all we're going to focus on today. We'll dig deeper into two-syllable words as the year goes on. Let's take a look at this example. I think spring feels warmer than fall. Two things are being compared here. Do you know what they are? That's right. It is spring and fall. The adjective that we're using to compare these two seasons is the adjective warm. And how many syllables is warm? Let's clap it out. Warm. That's right. It's one syllable, which is why we add the ER. Now, if you noticed in that video, some words ended in EST and not ER. Well, that is because they are superlative adjectives. And similar to the comparative adjectives, we are comparing things, but this time we're comparing more than two things, whether it be people, places, things, or adjectives. So when we take a look at the one-syllable adjectives that are comparing more than two things, we add EST to the end. Another thing to note is that adjectives that end in Y also follow this rule, regardless of how many syllables it is. Now, as you guys will know, say it with me now. You say goodbye to Y and hello to, that's it, I. Let's take a look at an example. Abigail says that of all the flowers, daisies are the prettiest. Well, Abigail is comparing many things right now. She's comparing all the flowers in the world, so it's definitely more than two. And pretty. Let's clap it out. Pretty. It's two syllables. Oh, wait. Remember I said if it ends in Y, you say goodbye to Y and hello to I, and then add the EST. So pretty becomes prettiest. Let's take a look at some one-syllable superlative and comparative adjectives. Let's do this example together. Now this one is in your remote learning packet, and the answers are already written in for you. So we're going to go over this page, and then you guys will complete the page that follows. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. Here we go. So let's take a look at the adjectives using to compare either two things or more than two things. The adjective we have here is tall. Tall, how many syllables? Tall, 1. So when comparing two things, we add ER, so it becomes taller. When we're comparing more than two things, we add EST, so it becomes tallest. I'm wondering if highlighting will help you. There we go. Awesome. We have another adjective, high. Ask yourself, how many syllables? High, 1. So when comparing two things, we add ER for higher. When comparing three things, we add EST for highest. And the last example that we have is large. How many syllables? Large, 1. So when comparing two things, we add ER, so it becomes larger. And when comparing three things, we add EST, so it becomes largest. Now, to determine the ending you want to add, you just ask yourself, how many nouns are being compared? Use this thinking question right here. How many nouns are being compared? If it's 2, you're going to add ER. If it's more than 2, you'll add EST. Let's take a look at these examples. Carol is tall. Who can tell me why I didn't change tall? Oh, that's right, because I'm just describing Carol herself in comparison to no one. What about Carol is taller than Renee? Who can explain to me why I added ER? That's right, because the two things I'm comparing are Carol and Renee. Carol is the tallest girl on the team. Who can tell me why I added EST? That's right, because I'm comparing more than two things. I'm comparing Carol to the many girls on her team. Let's continue on. Number 1. Oh, first let's read the directions. Write the correct form of the adjective in the parentheses. All right. Number 1. The auditorium was cold today than yesterday. I'm going to ask myself, how many things am I comparing? Oh yeah, 2, today and yesterday. So cold will become colder. You guys got it. And I'm going to change that to purple. You guys know I like purple. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? I wonder why. I guess I'll just write it. We'll go it this way. COLDER. There we go. James had the blank smile of any of the speakers. So ask yourself, how many things are we comparing? We have James and we have many speakers of the day. So sounds like more than two things. So bright becomes, that's right, brightest. Add EST. Mr. Bernard's students were the blank ones in the auditorium. How many things are we comparing? Oh yeah, Mr. Bernard's students to all the other students. So that's many kids. Definitely more than 2. So quiet will become quietest. Great job, guys. One more example. Many animals migrate south because it is blank there than it is in the north. Ask yourself, how many things am I comparing? Oh yeah, the south and the north. That's only 2. So warm becomes warmer. Adding ER at the end. Great job, guys. If you have to pause the video here to help you with the next worksheet, go ahead and keep it here. But go ahead and turn to the next page in your packet and work on page 104. you have questions below numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very similar to what we've been doing. There's an example at the top if you need it. And don't forget to ask yourself, how many nouns are being compared? All right, guys, I'll see you later.